Hey guys, this is DStoucan, and we're playing Dead Frontier for the, what's this, the 13th time? 12th, 13th time? I still at Doggs Stockade. A lot's happened off camera since I last recorded. And also, I'll explain that here. But let me read our first mission that we're going to do at Doggs Stockade. It's called That's My Map. 2100 cash reward, 16,000 EXP reward. I have 4 hours and whatever minutes to complete this shit. I told them fools that leaving the stockade was a bad idea. I reckon they're all either infected or in piles of zombie turds by now. They didn't even make it out of the city before we got a distress call on the radio. Sounds like the infected were yanking them out of their vehicles and gnawing meat off their bones like chicken wings. I don't figure any of them are still alive at this point. Shame. There were some fine-ass ladies in that bunch, too. Anyhow, they took the best map we had of the outskirts of town, and they didn't have the decency to leave us a damn copy. I need you to retrieve that map for me. I marked the last location of the convoy on your map. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's see. Fine-ass, we gotta go find some dead fine-ass bitches and the map. Sounds pretty cool. Alright, I'm actually here today with special guests. Everybody say hello, in the comments or whatnot. Maybe like the video. To EchoChick. Say hi.
Hello.
So EchoChick, what do you do?
I'm in EchoChick.
Wow. Okay, that's real nice.
I do echocardiograms, which are ultrasounds of people's hearts. It's pretty much the most awesome thing ever. And if you've never had an echocardiogram, you should get one. I had a patient tell me it was the most fun he'd had in 2 months.
Alright. Well, a lot has happened, as I will explain now, since between the end of the last recording and the beginning of this one. I told you I'd go on an extended loot run this time around. Instead, I'm going to do the quest that I accepted, and I'll do the extended loot run on the way back from the quest area. Now, I obviously have a few extra things that I've gotten. I've exchanged my CK-75, that piece of shit pistol that kept taking like 3 clips to kill something, and I've bought an SL8. It's a wonderful rifle. It only requires 20 rifle skill, but this thing will definitely take down some major zombies rather quickly, and you won't need to worry about the area around Doggs Stockade being too challenging for you. Also, obviously my bank is a little bit higher than it was. Some things sold in the marketplace when I put them in. And also, I have a Xylon vest. I found this Xylon vest in a wardrobe and at the top level of an apartment building in the actual instance area of Doggs Stockade. So it goes to show you that there are some rather interesting things that you can get right around where the outpost is, and you don't need to venture too far out to get some good loot. So that's basically the scoop on what's happened. And also, I've leveled up a couple times through my endeavors and maxed out my agility finally. So then I can start working on critical hits, because I'm going to go with these 3, pistols, rifles, and machine guns as my top 3 proficiencies. I will get to machine gun after I max out my rifles and possibly get 90 plus pistol. So you'll see that later on. I'll figure out something to do with that. That'll be like way later when we actually get to the last fort in the game, which is Fort Pastor. That's going to be a rather large section of this Let's Play because there are just so many things to do there. And an extremely large level gap between Doggs Stockade and Fort Pastor that we need to get to, let's say, around level 25. Maybe even level 30 if we can push it, with a few recorded sessions of me just going around shooting a crap out of everything I see. Well, with all that out of the way, I think we're ready to go. Check my inventory and equipment real quick. And I have a barricade, if you notice. In case I get in trouble, I can find a one-room house, or one-door house, go in, barricade the door, and I can enter an outpost. I told everybody this in a previous episode, I think it was like 7 or 8, that I would explain how to do this later on, and I will shortly. Probably not this episode, though, because I need to do some extra research to figure out where the nearest house with one door is to Doggs Stockade. Also, I found all these bullets lying around randomly on dead bodies and cupboards, desks, under couches, and medicine cabinets throughout the buildings around Doggs Stockade when I was looting and getting some basic supplies. So everything's good to go, and let's do this. So I mentioned in the last video that I had seen Hunger Games 2. I watched it with EchoChick, and I'd like to talk a little bit more about that movie, because all I did was say that it was good and it was awesome. It didn't really explain too much about that movie. I don't want to give spoilers, but sometimes it can't be helped. So first off, about the movie, EchoChick, did you notice it took literally an hour before they did anything with the games?
I did notice. It was like that in the book too.
It's like an hour worth of footage for nothing. So
it was important stuff though, because you had to get the backstory, and especially for people who maybe haven't read the books or haven't seen the first movie, if they just launched right into the games, these people have no idea what was happening. I mean, I think it would be hard enough even if they hadn't seen the first movie and they watched the second movie with all that footage. They'd be like, why are these people in the games? Who are these people? Why is she pretending to do that stuff that I can't say because it's a spoiler?
There were a couple things about the movie that really interested me. It's like the feel of the movie was a lot darker than the first one, for sure. The first one, it was, it's kind of horrific. Let me check my map here real quick to find out where exactly this quest area is. But like I was saying, it seemed a lot darker than the first one, as far as people dying and a lot of it was very suspenseful, and it didn't really when somebody died that was part of the main cast. It didn't really have a dramatic scene where they died. It was basically, I will spoil this one part. There is this one scene where the entire middle section of the game's landscape spins around really fast, and a chick just goes flying, one of the main members of the cast, and they don't actually ever explain any of it.
Nobody says anything about it.
Nobody says anything about it. And then you see, later on, it's just they flash up that she died, and you see the other person that was there that liked her standing there going, oh well.
I know.
It really had no emotion whatsoever.
It was weird because, you saw her fly off of it, and then you saw them all standing together afterwards, she wasn't there. Nobody commented, and it was strange because, I mean, she wasn't one of the main characters, like one of the main characters, but I mean, you know, she was in there enough. I thought it deserved at least someone going, damn, what happened to her? Or something, you know. We'll miss her. You know, I don't know.
He could at least, like, took his glasses off and shed a tear.
Yeah.
You know, instead he just stood there and he, like, adjusted his glasses and looked up like, huh.
Well, given PETA and Katniss's previous behavior, you'd think they would have had, like, a whole 20-minute long, I don't know,
sob
like,
fest.
sob fest funeral and, you know, like, talked about it for the rest of the movie.
Alright. Before we continue to talk about this, I do happen to notice that That's My Map is what's highlighted in the orange up here. And I need to go one instance up all the way to the left and hit the wall, then go as far up as I can in this little corner. Not too far away from Doggs Stockade, but it can be it might be a fairly difficult challenge because up in this area, I know for a fact that there are an increased amount of zombies, even though it is I think it's, I'm not sure if it's yellow area or green area. It might be in the green area. So but I know for a fact that there's a ton of zombies up there. Normal ones, not so many special kind of zombies. But still, it could pose a problem if you lack ammo, ample supplies. You know, make sure you got a vest of some sort. Xylon vest, even a sports armor works at this juncture. So, just make sure you're prepared before you venture off into the unknown.
You know, I think zombies would make the Hunger Games better. If they brought, like, every time someone died, if they came back as a zombie.
It'd be like, what was it, 28 days later?
Yeah. I think, like, I think not only would it make it a lot more horrific, but I think it would, I don't know, I didn't feel like they were challenged enough in this past movie. I thought it was too easy. All they did was, like, hang out. You know?
Yeah, and it's like the first, 15 minutes of them actually in the games, they figured out everything.
I know.
You know? It's not like the first one where they were like, okay, what the hell do we do?
They were, like, hiding in trees and, like, dying of dehydration and stuff in the first one, and there were all these, like, packs of crazy-ass people from District 1 and 2, like, going around, banding together and shooting at them, and, you know, in this one, it's like they were all allies, and basically, all they had to do was hang out on the beach, and nothing bad would happen. I was like, how is anyone gonna freaking die? How is there gonna be a winner? You know, it's just gonna go on for the next, like...
I think a lack of judgment, like, as far, in my opinion, as far as, like, certain scenes, it's like they tried to make it like, realistic, you know? Like how, this way they would react, and this would happen if the characters went to this place and tried to find some things. But there was one scene that really, actually there was a few scenes that I questioned. One in particular was, there was a scene where Katniss gets in trouble with the people that are with her, and she shoots like 30 arrows, and her quiver looks like it could only hold like half that, and the camera pans to her like after they get out of trouble, and she still has a full quiver. It's like, what is this, an old Western movie where the guy takes a 6-shooter, shoots off 25 bullets, and still has 2 in the chamber when it gets to the final showdown at the end of the movie?
I told you, it's like in the X-Files. Mulder and Scully would shoot off like 100 bullets each, and then they'd be like, man, I gotta reload my 15 bullet clip, you know? But it's like they'd just be shooting, never hitting anything.
Yeah, they have a 15 bullet clip, and they shoot 17 bullets. And, like, Mulder would say something like, oh, I forgot the one. You forgot to count the one in the chamber. You shot one extra, dumbass.
I don't know. Like, I think it's... one thing I did notice is that Katniss had become, like, totally badass with that bow. I mean, she was like, shooting them off fast like Legolas, you know? in the Lord of the Rings, how he just do it like over and over and over
There was a couple scenes where I half expected her to take the arrow and stab something with it.
She did do that. She did it like
yeah.
twice.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's like, rip off Lord of the Rings.
Remember when Legolas like took 3 arrows and like shot it into that Oliphant's brain and then like killed everyone on the Oliphant and then like slid down its tail and posed?
Yeah, and he's like, that's number 32.
I know.
And the dwarf was like,
that counts as 1.
That counts as 1. Good old Gimli.
Freaking dwarfs.
Aha. Monsieur Reaper? Look at this guy. He's just asking for it.
What's that guy got? Like a machete?
No, that's his arm. He's mutated. And he's just pissed. Pissy boss mode.
Why is he mutated?
Their event, I think the story goes, I'll have to do maybe a episode on this. But there's a backstory to this game. It's like some kind of like Resident Evil style virus going around.
Huh?
Like the T virus or A virus or whatever the hell it was. Nobody knows anymore. That's what you get, bitch. I just shot you right in the nuts. Alright. But there's like some virus going around, like that some pharmaceutical company, they created some kind of like medicine or something that made everybody turn into zombies. Kind of like 28 Days Later. I mean,
kind of like in I Am Legend.
Yeah, kind of like that. I'd have to like pull up the story. I think I'll do that beginning of next episode. That would be cool. And go ahead and read the story for everybody so they know exactly like what happened in this, like what's the start of this game. Because episode 1 they show a cutscene, like this guy's at a convenience store, and he's just looking for supplies and shit, and he's got a pistol and a crowbar that he finds in the convenience store, but he just gets mauled to death. And you see like posters, the way the camera pans, it sees like posters like infection is imminent, resistance is futile and shit like that. It's like it doesn't really explain anything. It just shows that there's some kind of zombie infection, and zombies don't like white people, I think. Or something like that, because they just ate the crap out of them.
Damn, racist zombies.
Actually, I don't think zombies like anyone.
I think
zombies don't even like zombies, actually.
They eat each other too?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if they fixed that or like tried to make that different, but it used to be like when this game was first coming out, the zombies would actually hit each other. And you'd still get experience for it too. It's like the zombies would like, they'd be all piled up on each other trying to get to you, and they'd end up killing each other. But it looks like they've fixed that. Ooh, loot spot. Get out of my face, zombie. Die. Really? Thank you. Every time I find a place to loot, 10 spaghetti. SpaghettiOs. Every time I find a loot spot, it's like some zombie just gets really pissed off. Like, that's my shit, man. Why are you taking my shit? And just charges at me. 32 handgun bullets. They're alright. I could scrap those for $100.
I'd let a zombie have his SpaghettiOs.
I'd pick up the can and just throw it at him.
Or you could do that.
Here, you want it so bad? Catch! Think fast. Look at this guy. He's just like, "Ugh." Antibiotics. I will take those, yes. The brand name is BioKill. What they call, in this game, like the basic medical supply you can get, it's called plasters. And it literally has Band-Aid written across the top of the box.
Product placement.
Yep. I'm surprised you don't see billboards saying Coca-Cola on the damn thing.
So, do you want me to tell you an amusing story about antibiotics?
Okay, sure.
Alright, I was on the beach one time, and I met these two guys who lived on the beach, named Bruce and Kahuna. And Bruce told me he'd been a medic in Vietnam. And he said Kahuna had gotten stung by a jellyfish. This was like in Florida. And Kahuna was like in bad shape. And I guess if you get stung by a jellyfish, you need to take antibiotics. And obviously, living on the beach, they didn't have medical insurance. So Bruce said that he like went around on the beach and somehow he was like going through people's purses and stuff. And he found a bottle of antibiotics in somebody's bag. And he said, being a medic, he felt confident that he could treat Kahuna's injury, with these antibiotics. And he said he did, and that, he got better. So he said that Kahuna owed him a life debt. And then he told me that he had been abducted by aliens. So, but this was after Vietnam.
Wow. Holy Jesus. Okay, I'm out of here. You guys can go deal with that horde. I'm out of here. You can get your brains eaten. They're not touching my brains. Not today. Look at all these damn zombies. And these guys are pissed too. Oh, no. What are these guys are fast today. Oh, that's right. I forgot to explain the event. Today and tomorrow, all the zombies in the game are 50% faster than normal. And you get double EXP for killing them, though. But they are 50% faster. Okay. Which is problematic. Because there's a fucking shitload of them, and they're fast as hell now. Alright. I'm gonna try and take these guys out. If I can. Probably waste every bullet in my gun on this horde. Because I do not have a machine gun, and I am out of energy. So... Whoop. Come on. Yeah, this is where you need a machine gun. Like an AK-47, Chicago typewriter. A normal machine gun. Just to hold them back. Don't even need to kill them. Just hold them back. There's just so many of these guys. I'm gonna just stay around and, see if I can survive this massive horde. Because this is not even massive. Compared to some of the hordes that are in-game. This is kind of mild. But this is definitely a large horde for my level. Even though it's only normal and irradiated zombies. And I'm just trying to not get hit. And you notice, when the zombies go to hit you, they stop dead. And if you're still moving, they won't hit you. So, unless you get extremely unlucky. Oh, God, get out of there. Jesus. Yeah, this is the point where grenade launcher, machine gun, something that goes rat-a-tat-tat or big bada boom will help you. Ah! Fuck. I died. Oh well. Yeah, just like a noob.
I didn't really see any way that you were going to survive that.
But you know what? That's happened sometimes. End game. Well, I guess that's the end of this episode. You kind of heal up, go back to base, lick my wounds, and I guess we'll see you all in the next episode. Next episode, screw the mission. There are too many people causing aggro in the area, and I believe that if I was to go in single player mode, it would be a hell of a lot easier. But what's the fun in playing single player mode? There's no difficulty. You just walk around and not aggro anything, and you won't have any challenge in the game. So, this has been DStoucan with special guest
EchoChick.
And I guess we'll see you all next time. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace out, guys.
Goodbye.